Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the AGL Super Strike PAIKUHAN with his Super Strike revamp and EZA. He seems like an interesting unit. Upon reading his kit, I definitely wasn't like super impressed. The last couple of Super Strike EZAs have actually been quite impressive to me, especially the Mecha Frieza. The Trunks was pretty decent, King Vegeta's okay, Kid Vegeta's not bad actually, but this guy seems like he is worse than maybe all of them potentially, but we're going to see. So his super attack is the Hyper Tornado, supreme damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. And then his passive is attack and defense 140%. He gets an additional 20% with each attack performed up to 60. So he needs to attack 3 times and then he'll be fully built up. All allies attack and defense 20%. Then an additional key +1 and attack and defense 10% for all allies if HP is 80% or more. So 80% or more, he's giving 30% support on 1 key. Then he has a chance of performing a critical hit 50% when all allies attacking in the same turn are super class. All enemies attack and defense minus 20% and high chance to stun when attacking an extreme class enemy. So we do have the high chance to crit because we are running a full super team. I have been link leveling him. I started link leveling him before his EZA, so obviously the final link changed to shattering the limit at level 1. That's now up to 5. We've got a couple of them at level 10. Now we're running him on the Saviors team because this Trunks is one of his better link partners and it's kind of one of the only like good teams to run him on. Now this isn't a very good rotation. We only have Shocking Speed active, but we do have a lot of support. We have the support from this Gohan. He's providing everyone defense. We're about to get the orbs to get PAIKUHAN's support as well, and he's at 150. So with PAIKUHAN's support he's going up to what, just below 200, but he obviously doesn't raise on super, but he gets those buffs with each attack, right? And he needs to attack 3 times. So we get the crit. I did give him a pretty decent amount of additional, because ideally you want him to double super in turn 1 or 2, so that he's then just fully built up, ready for his 3rd appearance. Sadly, we did not get the additional, though. So he's one of these units that, again, like some of the free-to-play units that we've seen recently have been really good, and then some of them just feel very weird in a sense that they're very niche. They don't have, like, you know, PAIKUHAN himself in general as a unit, like he's on quite a few teams, but you have to think that like any new PAIKUHAN is obviously automatically in competition with the AGL one. I mean, you can still run them on the team, obviously, but they won't link together. So if you're running this one as a support, you could be floating him in the 3rd spot, and then he's not going to clash with the other AGL PAIKUHAN at all. But because some part of his support is reliant on you being at 80% or above HP, which is quite a lot, like, it's not a small chunk, like, that can go. It's like if you go into the red zone, for example, and you're using him as a 3rd slot floating unit, it's very possible that, like, in turn 1, you get supered, and even if you don't take a huge amount of damage, you could drop below 80% HP, and then he's not giving that extra support. And then I believe, is it the crit chance that's tied into that as well, or no? No, it's just the support, I think, right? So it's chance of performing a crit 50% when all allies are super. Yeah, so it's the 1 key and 10% attack and defense. So, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of commas in his passive, though. I find it very confusing. I think, is the crit chance tied to his HP? Someone can let me know down below. So, this is the rotation. I want these two on rotation together, the 2 Gohans, but we're not getting... oh, Cold Judgment, eh? 179 jumps to 215, and he's only attacked once, so he's still got 2 buffs to go. So, I mean, that's not bad, right, once he actually has a link active. So, we need to get that Trunks over onto this rotation with him, and then he's going to look a little bit better. So, 2nd attack, 1.88. Now, obviously, he's on the 170 lead team. We're not getting a 200% leader skill. Is he on any 200% leads? Let me have a look. His card here. Let me get this up while this turn plays out. Okay, we're going to get supered. We should be alright. Yeah, take Gohan can take that. Alright, so Super Strike PAIKUHAN. He is on. Let's take you out. So he's on Worthy Rivals, Otherworld Warriors, Saviors, Battle of Wits, and Story Figures. Wow. Okay, yeah. So he doesn't have a 200% team, even on JP. A little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's flow off the Krillin for now. So we'll do this so that we can get the support. And then we'll do this. So yeah, this Super Strike PAIKUHAN, I mean, I said this in the previous Super Strike showcase. I am wondering if they're going to do, once like a certain number of the Super Strike units get their EZAs, or maybe they will wait till they're all done. I wonder if they will introduce some sort of new, like, free-to-play LR event or something where you have to use, like, the Super Strike units. Because obviously that was their original intent. When they first came out, you had to use the Super Strike units to do the Tech Prime Battle Goku event. And then obviously they made it a lot easier over time. But, like, I did it originally for my first copy. I never bothered getting, like, the second copy for the free SA20. Until they actually introduced the legendary campaign. But yeah, that's what you had to use them for. So I could see them doing that again. Now, see, with this Trunks, we share Cold Judgment, Soul vs. Soul, Super Strike, and Shattering the Limit. So what does Super Strike actually give us? 25% attack. That is pretty good. And then Soul vs. Soul is 5% attack and defense and 2 key. And obviously Cold Judgment is 25% defense. So pretty good setup here. He does have more defense than Trunks. Obviously, I would ideally not like him to get supered in slot 1 here, but I guess we will roll the dice and play it out. I would hope that he doesn't get killed. I mean, we're early enough in the event. Obviously, we're only in the Legendary Vegeta event. Some of these weaker free-to-play units, I don't trust, like, taking them into the Shadow Dragons Red Zone or something like that as their first impression, like, showcase. So, PAIKUHAN should be fully built up now. We get the crit. That's why, obviously, full additional is good for his hidden potential, right? Because if you're on a rotation with full super class units, then he has that 50% chance to crit as part of his passive. So that's basically the equivalent of having level 25 crit in the hidden potential system. So since it's always good to try and balance these kind of units out, I would obviously, like I say, go full additional, maybe put the rest into dodge. I wouldn't really give him, I don't think, like any crit in his hidden potential system. So... Alright, go ahead and do this. We will save the orbs to get the support as well, because why not? And I mean, this rotation does go pretty hard on this team, even though it is, again, it's still only under a 170 lead. But having the 2 Gohans together, support from PAIKUHAN. Obviously, STR Gohan can always be a fraud with his guard, but it is what it is. 5 million attack from Gohan. What turn are we on at this point? Turn 7, okay. Because that's the thing, I meme around with the Tech Gohan fans on Twitter, you guys know, but people always say that, like, he doesn't do any damage. Like, the meme will be like, oh, he won't do damage until turn 20. But, like, we're on turn 7 and he's doing a 5 million attack stat while being able to tank, like, everything, right? So, it's really not that bad. And obviously, when you transform, those numbers jump up as well. It is fun to meme about Tech Gohan, but I do think he's a great unit. He's just one of those ones that everyone goes on about him so much. And he's still a relevant unit now, so I mean, fair play, I guess. But 14% extra attack we can get from experienced fighters, although will Trunks kill him? I feel like he might. I feel like we just have to go ahead and attack with PAIKUHAN. But we are getting the support from Krillin here. So fully built up, he's at 313k defense. Honestly, that's not that bad, but, like, his kit, he doesn't raise defense on super, he doesn't have any kind of dodge, he doesn't have any, like, damage reduction or anything like that, so, obviously, when we're talking about, I know he's a free-to-play unit, but when we're talking about the most difficult content in the game, 300k defense with no, like, tech, especially when he's being supported, because the Trunks does actually give support as well, I believe, to Saviors. Do I need to double-check that? And Krillin is obviously giving support. So it's not like that's just him off of his own back, like his numbers. Let's double check the Trunks here. Because I put him on the team because he's the best link partner, but I forgot to check what he does. Yeah, see, allies 20. He's giving 20% attack and defense. So both the Tech Gohans are built up pretty significantly here. So, I mean, we can do this and get one final turn. But, I mean, from what we're seeing from him fully built up, his defense is alright, but nothing too crazy. His attack stats are okay. In terms of super attack effect, all he really has is the fact that he lowers attack, which for Super Battle Road, it's a very useful ability, but not when you can't back it up with, like, good defense to fall back on and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, I could see him being run as a floating support unit, and then you kind of have to just hope that in your Super Battle Road runs, you're not getting those turns where there's, like, 6 attacks in slot 3, right? And you can just put him there, only being attacked by one person, ideally. Target that person with either any of your other units that can seal or stun, and then obviously target that unit with him so you can lower their attack and then take less damage. But yeah, I mean, like I say, solid enough numbers defensively for some of the content, but like, you know, red zone, any major red zone boss, he's going to die to a super. Extreme Super Battle Road, he's going to die to a type neutral super, I would imagine, with no item active. So I mean, like, he's not a bad unit, and again, I've mentioned this in a lot of the videos recently for like the free-to-play units. I know I have to kind of think a bit more carefully when it comes to evaluating free-to-play units, because I'm used to, like, you know, comparing units at like Rainbow Link level 10. But yeah, I mean, 4 million attack with the 30% support, and from Trunks as well 20, so 50% support. We get the additional, so that's nice. I mean, if he had like raise his attack and defense for 1 turn, then he'd be looking pretty solid on this turn now after a double super. But yeah, overall, I'm just not really sure what to think. After Mecha Frieza, who I was genuinely impressed with, like, if I was doing a red zone stage, like say a new red zone set of stages comes out, let's say Heroes has one, and one of the main bosses is Int, and I wanted to run the Wicked Bloodline team, I would run that Mecha Frieza. Like, he's actually good, got good defense after supering. He would probably live a super from an Int red zone boss. Now, would this Paikon live a super from an STR red zone boss? I don't know. I mean, there aren't any major ones at the moment, so he does have that going for him. But even like type neutral, I don't know. But then I guess Mecha Frieza. Would Mecha Frieza live a type neutral super? Maybe. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, his art's pretty cool. Like, the sticker effect is nothing too crazy either. But I mean, he's a pretty cool looking Paikon unit, but just unfortunately, again, another free-to-play unit that I feel is just a little bit lackluster. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been The Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.